Hi guys. So today we had our writing Monday, and I am very happy that many of you took part in this activity and also commented on other people's topics, favorite topics. So as I told you I would, I'm here to give you some feedback so you can use this conversation um, that we are about to have as a listening practice because, to be honest, most of what you wrote was perfect. So it's just basically me giving you some advices on how to sound more natural and also practicing pronunciation. So you can listen, you can pause, you can repeat, you can ask me if you don't understand a sentence, and you can ask me on YouTube because I am closing the group again. As I told you guys, I don't know if it is being a Brazilian thing, sort of kind of like defense mechanism. I want you save you all from a group with 1,000 lots of messages when everyone lose track of them, and then we don't want to go to that group, and we want to sort of like we want to leave the group, but guys, if you don't feel like, first thing, if you don't feel like this group is bringing benefit to you, I won't take it personally. Something that I've learned last year was not to take things personally. So I won't mind. I won't ask for explanation. So if you feel like you're not like studying Portuguese anymore, or you're into another language, or too many messages, even though I'm being very careful for you to be able to read things on your own time, not to be overwhelmed by the amount of information, because sometimes like being like a learner and learning a language can be too much. And I know many of you are learning so many other things. Like I'm very happy to know that you guys are learning history, social media marketing, and other things. Like that's awesome. I'm learning other things outside of languages too, even though language is 80% of my life, like teaching and learning them. But so we don't want this group to be overwhelmed for you. So please, yeah, so I'm going to close the group after I post this. And if you guys have any question regarding the feedback I'm about to give, ask on YouTube, like on comments, because like by asking there, I can comment there, and maybe your doubt, it's someone else's doubt, so we can all help and grow. That's the purpose of the community, right? So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to read the answers that you gave me, and I love it. So, and I'm going to give you some advices. Uh-huh. All right. So here, so the first person to answer was Daniel. So Daniel said, o meu tópico favorito de hoje é a pizza havaiana, ou pelo menos assim se chama em inglês. Eu acho uma aberração colocar abacaxi numa pizza. Não pertence lá. Não deveria estar permitido misturar sabores salgados e doces nas pizzas. Abacaxi é só para sucos e sobremesas. Infelizmente, a minha filha e a minha esposa não concordam comigo. Elas gostam de pizza havaiana. Não é sacanagem, não, elas adoram. Podem acreditar? Mas eu penso, onde diabos fica o limite? Se eu aceitar abacaxi como ingrediente válido na pizza, aos poucos vou ter que aceitar sorvete, chocolate e até bolo de aniversário mesmo na minha pizza também. Não sei como consertar essa situação. Minha esposa sugeriu pedir pizzas divididas, com uma metade de um tipo e a outra metade de outro. Mas eu acho que o risco de contaminação é grande demais. Como consigo ter certeza de que o pizzaiolo não vai deixar cair por engano, ou de propósito, uns pedaços de abacaxi na minha metade? Isso sem falar do cheiro do abacaxi, que também contamina. Alguém tem uma recomendação? Eu tô rindo porque tô rindo com respeito, Daniel. É porque é um tópico muito interessante e eu gosto como você escreve. Então, ok. Então, seu tópico favorito é a pizza havaiana. Então, algumas sugestões aqui. É um texto perfeito, né? Não tem muito o que falar. É, eu vou reler e eu vou dar algumas opções. O texto está perfeito, mas eu vou dar algumas sugestões, ok? Então, o meu tópico favorito de hoje é a pizza havaiana, ou pelo menos assim se chama em inglês. Ou pelo menos assim se chama em inglês, ou pelo menos assim ela é chamada em inglês, ou pelo menos assim nós a chamamos em inglês. Mas aqui tá bom. Eu acho uma aberração colocar abacaxi numa pizza. Perfeito. Numa é uma contração de em uma. Essa é uma contração do português opcional. So this is an option contraction. You could say because basically that's a nightmare for Portuguese students, oh, like the G plus O, do, em plus O, no. But here, optional. Look how great that is. So Daniel, oh my God, I want to say he made an option. I thought to opt. You guys don't have the verb optar. I just realized that now. If I'm wrong, let me know. But in Portuguese, we have to make an option. No, we have this verb optar, optar, to to opt. I want to say to opt, but it doesn't sound right. Optar, to make an option. Alright, so you can make an option. Então, eu acho uma aberração colocar abacaxi numa pizza. Não pertence lá. Não pertence lá. It doesn't sound natural. We understand that it is a translation of like it doesn't belong there. But I would say, eu diria, eu acho uma aberração colocar abacaxi numa pizza. Something like it doesn't make sense. Não combina. Não combina. I think a Brazilian would say, não, não combina. Não combina. It doesn't match, doesn't go. But it's not wrong to say não pertence lá, ok, Daniel? But pertencer, this verb, pertencer, to belong, pertencer, we would use for something more deep, like I belong in Brazil, like eu pertenço a este país. It would be something more abstract than but maybe you could make your case and say like it is abstract, like thinking about philosophize about the pizza and the pineapple and etc. I'm just giving options. It's correct, Daniel. No problem. Então, não pertence lá, não deveria estar permitido. Aqui é ser permitido. Sounds better. I would even say that sounds right. Permitted, something, it's permanent. When something is permitted of not, it's even if you're saying about something temporarily permitted or forbidden, it would still be permanent while it is, because we never know for how long. So, nós falamos ser permitido. Não deveria ser permitido misturar sabores salgados e doces nas pizzas. Show. Abacaxi é só para sucos e sobremesas. Perfeito. Infelizmente, a minha filha e a minha esposa não concordam comigo. Elas gostam de pizza havaiana. Show. Não é sacanagem, não. Daniel, so he's using here this word sacanagem. I find it really cool that you're using it, Daniel, and I'm curious if you're using it because maybe you watched the class that we had at the end of the Porta dos Fundos course. Like we used the Cê tá de sacanagem, or maybe not. Maybe you learn in the infinite numbers of podcasts that I know they listen to. Sacanagem, we can use like no kidding. It's not, I'm not kidding. But sacanagem, it means sacanagem. So sacanagem. When someone, quando uma pessoa, it's kidding, like, não, sacanagem. But it is like, a bit stronger, sabe? I would say, você tá brincando, né? You're kidding, right? Mas você tá de sacanagem, né? Sacanagem como, are you fucking with me? I mean, I don't know if you can say that in English. I guess I've heard that. You guys, please help me. Are you fucking kidding me? You would be something, no, no fucking kidding, but are you messing with me? Are you messing up with me? It's a bit stronger than just não é sacanagem. I'm really not shitting around. Like I'm not kidding, really. And I love the fact that he adds the no at the end because in Portuguese we have this double negation. So it's very natural to say things like eu não quero, não. Não quero, não. Eu não tô brincando, não. And sometimes, guys, prepare to be shocked. Just, tô brincando, não. And this is already the negation. You say the thing in the affirmative way, and then you, but no, it's normal. Eu não quero, não. Quero, não. Quero, não. Right? Então, não é sacanagem, não. Show. I like the word choice, Daniel. Não é sacanagem, não. Elas adoram. Podem acreditar. Um, podem acreditar, it's a literal translation of like, can you believe it? Um, eh, and we don't say that. We understand that. And people who are like, because like, I feel like each day more and more we are, I mean, it's been that way for years and years and years, decades. Like we are surrounded by the American culture. So it's not like that unnatural to translate things from other cultures. I think in Spanish, maybe Daniel, it's because he's from Catalonia. So maybe in Spanish, Spanish speakers help me. It's okay to say puedes creer, like can you believe it? Puedes creerlo. Uh, but in Portuguese, pode acreditar, okay. Can you believe it? Can you believe in this thing? But we wouldn't like naturally say that. Like someone that is not like surrounded by American movies, culture, music, and things like that. I think we would say, as, um, uh, let me think. I am doing this like on the act. I haven't studied, so um, podem acreditar, podem acreditar. Um, I don't think we would ask like a rhetorical question. We would say, eu não tô brincando. É sério mesmo, é sério mesmo. Something like, não é sacanagem, não, elas adoram, sério mesmo. Really serious, sério mesmo. Options, it's not wrong. I'm just giving some more natural options for you. Sério mesmo. Mesmo is not always, is not only for the same. We use mesmo for other contexts. Like we have a book called The Uses of Mesmo. So mesmo is, we have a lot of uses for mesmo. Ok. Elas adoram, podem acreditar, mas eu penso, onde diabos fica o limite? Onde diabos fica o limite? Something else that it doesn't sound quite natural, we would understand perfectly, it's perfectly written. Onde, onde fica o limite? Onde diabos is perfect? Onde fica o limite? Onde. Ou just qual é o limite? Qual é o limite? Mas eu penso. Or even, Daniel, you could say, eu me pergunto. But I wonder, mas eu me pergunto. Eu fico me perguntando, onde é que. Ou you could say, where, onde nós vamos chegar. That is onde. Mas eu me pergunto onde nós vamos chegar. Guys, what I'm doing, of course, that when we write, we are being like writers, right? So I cannot come to you and say, because when we are writing things, we have like the poetic license to write things, you know? So I cannot tell you that, like, change what you're saying, because it's your way of expressing yourself, and that's beautiful. So what I'm doing here, I'm not saying, for God, I'm not saying that it is not correct what he's saying. I'm just giving options, all right? So we have like our way of expressing ourselves, like the way I speak English. People sometimes they make fun of me because I use words like I'm contemplating instead of I'm thinking about it. So it's just an option. I love the word contemplating, so I use it. So if you guys like a word, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't like sound natural, I just like to do that because it is part of my job. Like what I specialize in is to bring you like from to the language like it is spoken and make you sound as natural as possible. But it is a choice of you. If you like a word, if you like a way of saying something, if you, I don't know, if you're just a more formal person, it's okay to speak the way you do. I just want to help you also to understand the people that will be speaking with you. So that's why I'm giving those options. Like keep writing the way you do, Daniel, and everyone write it. And I'll give you options, but it's just so you know that there are other ways of saying the things that you want to say. So if someone else says it, you understand it. Show, I'm not saying it's wrong. All right? It's perfect. Ok. Onde fica o limite? Or you could say, onde nós vamos chegar com isso? Se eu aceitar abacaxi como ingrediente válido na pizza. And by the way, I just want to say that I love the way that you wrote this, Daniel. You probably noticed as the way I was reading, it's perfectly suits your personality. I could imagine you saying that, so it's perfect the way it is, just options. Se eu aceitar abacaxi como ingrediente válido na pizza, aos poucos vou ter que aceitar sorvete. I love the way Daniel say aos poucos. Aos poucos means little by little. Aos poucos, you could also say aos pouquinhos, ou pouco a pouco, but aos poucos, I like it, really. Vou ter que aceitar sorvete, chocolate, até bolo de aniversário, mesmo na minha pizza também. E até bolo de aniversário, mesmo na minha pizza. Ok, I see. Na minha própria pizza. I think one of the meanings of mesmo is uh, in oneself. So, oneself, just oneself. Like, eu mesma preparei o bolo. Então, I prepared the cake myself. So, he's saying, aos poucos vou ter que aceitar sorvete, chocolate e até bolo de aniversário, mesmo na minha pizza também. Yeah, I think the use of mesmo here, it is not quite clear, but I understand what you mean. I think it's yourself, or could be really too. I would really have to accept in my pizza as well. So it is a bit confusing. I would say, se eu aceitar abacaxi como ingrediente válido na pizza, aos poucos vou ter que aceitar sorvete, chocolate e até bolo de aniversário na minha pizza também. Oh, Daniel, you could have said eu e até mesmo. It sounds better if you put mesmo here. E até mesmo and even. It's a suggestion. Let me know if you have any doubts. Right? So I would say that way. Não sei como consertar essa situação. Here, I think it's Daniel being poetic, because when he says like to fix, it makes serious, like consertar. It's a false friend. Consertar means to fix something. Reparar means to notice something. Reparar, to notice. consertar. Consertar means to fix. So I think he's being poetic, like say, I don't know how to fix this situation. Like it cannot be fixed, right? But I like the way you say it. Eu não sei como consertar essa situação. Minha esposa sugeriu pedir pizzas divididas, com uma metade de um tipo e a outra metade de outro. Sim, pizzas divididas. ah, Another way of saying that when we want to pedir pizzas divididas, we would say meio a meio. Então, se eu quero metade da pizza de frango e metade da pizza de marguerita, eu posso falar assim: vamos pedir meio a meio. It's another way of saying metade de uma, metade de outra, ou pizza dividida. Mas eu acho que o risco de contaminação é grande demais. Então ele usa outra palavra grande, como a contaminação da pizza. Eu gosto também. Muito legal. Então ele está falando sobre o risco de misturar, né? A parte doce com a parte salgada. É perigoso. Como consigo ter certeza de que o pizzaiolo não vai deixar cair por engano ou de propósito uns pedaços de abacaxi na minha metade? Um, ah, Aqui eu gosto que ele usou o verbo conseguir. How am I able? Ele está escrevendo um texto que é um pouco exagerado, porque é um texto engraçado. Unless, Daniel, I am misunderstanding and you're very upset about that. Please let me know if that's the case, if you're upset about the pizza thing. The way I read it, it was like it's something annoying, but not tragic. But if it is, I'm so sorry that I'm treating this very lightly. Um, Como consigo ter certeza de que o pizzaiolo não vai deixar cair por engano ou de propósito, uns pedaços de abacaxi na minha metade? You could say to uns pedacinhos de abacaxi. How could I know that? Como eu poderia saber disso? Como eu poderia ter certeza? Isso sem falar, love it, that you say sem falar. Sem falar means not to mention. Isso sem falar, not to mention. Isso sem falar, use and abuse of this. Isso sem falar. It makes you sound really nice. Isso sem falar do cheiro do abacaxi, que também contamina. The smell of pineapple that also contaminates. Alguém tem uma recomendação? Another word for recomendação. Recomendação is perfect. Recomendação é perfeito, mas você pode dizer sugestão. Alguém tem alguma sugestão? Muito bom. Eu adorei esse texto. Então, esse foi o texto escolhido. That was the chosen one. Next time, I will choose one or maybe two, depending on how long is the text or the time I will have available. But I want to do this with you to give you some advices. The other texts, if you notice, I repeated the things that were not corrected. I read it and I commented. I guess there is one left for me to comment, and I will. But when, for example, let me, I have all of them here. Unfortunately, I won't have time to comment like with this detail in each one of them. But for example, when Cindy says maestria, the way I comment was mestrado. When she said social media, I say redes sociais. So pick up on those subtle things that I repeat is a strategy of teaching. So I forgot the name now, but it's like rephrasing. So it's very good because sometimes it's not very beneficial for like the student if the student is making like the same mistake over and over and over, that we go and like keep correcting. because the students can pick up when we just rephrase and give it back to them. So I do that a lot. So when you guys write things, I comment, read my comments, and if I change the word, it's because the way you wrote it, or if we are having like a speaking exercise, the way you say it was not correct. But I don't think you have to mind about that. It's not about like being correct or sounding correct. It's about having fun and being in a safe place with people who wants you to grow. I want you all to grow, and I am sure that and each and everyone, I guess, as I said, I guess each of you want the other students to grow as well, because that's the way we create a community. And that's the goal, is that more people speak Brazilian Portuguese once you come to Brazil, want to practice, want to watch movies, want to be with us, want to be friends, and um, ultimately not feeling lonely. Life can be lonely. I think it's how building connections that it becomes less chaotic and lonely. So I thank you for wanting to be here. That's it. Daniel, congratulations on your beautiful uh, text. Loved it. And well, I'll see you next time. Let me know if you have questions. Talk soon. Bye bye.